The Bancor DAO has passed a proposal to deploy CarbonDeFi on CELO. CELO is a mobile-first, EVM-compatible blockchain that stands out for being carbon negative. CELO aims to provide global financial access to as many users as possible by being a mobile-first blockchain, which is to say that the devs have built CELO from the ground up with the user experience of mobile phones as their primary concern. CELO is currently transitioning into an Ethereum Layer 2, and this will be the third deployment of CarbonDeFi. CarbonDeFi has launched on the Ethereum mainnet, then on to CEI, and now will be going to CELO. The Credit Collective is very interested in CarbonDeFi and will work to ensure that there is deep liquidity on CarbonDeFi once deployed on CELO. The Credit Collective is an organization that promotes access to ethical credit, and they create, invest, and support projects which further that mission. As with every deployment of CarbonDeFi, the ARB Fastlane framework will be implemented. This means that the CELO deployment of CarbonDeFi will use the same fee structure as the deployments on Ethereum and CEI. Similarly, fees generated will be held in the vortex until a bridging solution is decided upon. The proposal suggests a taker fee of 20 basis points. This is an adjustable parameter set by the DAO, and has been chosen because many tokens on CELO are likely to be less volatile than those on CEI. The reason that volatility on CELO is expected to be lower than on CEI or Ethereum is because CELO specializes in stablecoins and local currencies. There is not yet a custom fee for stable-to-stable trades, as the community might decide on specific fee tiers based on user interest. This proposal is an exciting opportunity for CarbonDeFi and CELO users, bringing more utility and liquidity to the CELO ecosystem. It represents another deployment of the RBot, and it aligns with the strategic initiative to license and deploy Bancor's technologies, which was outlined in this post on Medium from November of 2023. The plethora of RBot deployments, CarbonDeFi deployments, and the deployments of protocols licensing the contracts which power CarbonDeFi means that there is a lot of data to keep track of, and so I'm happy to share several new DUNE Dashboards. The first is the ARB Fastlane dashboard. Here we can see the total ARBs on each blockchain, the fees collected, and the total flash loan amounts. And I would like to stress that while these stats look great, they don't actually paint a complete picture. Let's look at the CEI deployment of the ARBot. The ARBot on CEI has been live for 54 days at the time of recording, and there has been an astounding 54,000 transactions. That is over 1,000 ARBs made per day. And the Bancor network has made around $1,700 from its share of the ARBs. This $1,700 number might seem unexciting at first, but as I just said, this dashboard doesn't paint the whole picture. To get a better idea of why this is so great, we need to look at the other new DUNE dashboard, which is the DUNE Stat Tracker for CarbonDeFi on CEI. CarbonDeFi on CEI has been live for 54 days, and it has already accumulated $21,000 in fees, and there has been over 100,000 transactions on CarbonDeFi on CEI. What's happening here is that the RBot has turned into the default aggregator for the entire CEI blockchain. Anytime that anyone makes any trade on any protocol on CEI, the RBot is finding and executing a counter ARB, and that ARB is being routed through multiple strategies on CarbonDeFi. At the time of recording, there are only 179 strategies on CarbonDeFi on CEI. This means that the average strategy has been traded on 576 times, and the trade volume of $5.5 million is reflective of this. And all of this activity is completely organic. Arbitrage is a natural part of any healthy ecosystem because it exists as a function of balancing the difference in pools on different protocols. Anytime anyone buys something on any protocol on CEI, there is, by definition, a discrepancy between that protocol and another protocol. This is why if you go to the CEI Explorer and check the contract for the ARB Fastlane, you will see many failed transactions. These transactions aren't failing because the ARBot is failing. These transactions are failing because the ARBot runners are being very liberal with which transactions they are willing to try to ARB. The gas fees on CEI are essentially non-existent, which is why the runners of the Bancor ARBot, which is open source and free for anyone to use, have been very liberal with the parameters they've set to attempt to try and find an ARB. If you would like to get CarbonDeFi and the RBot deployed to your blockchain, then please reach out to me on Telegram.